Hey Soul Fam, Amelia Adair here. Hope you guys are feeling good and doing good. I'm feeling good, I'm doing good, and I got a great topic for you today. Per usual, let's talk about it. Let's get into some things. I hope you guys are doing good and doing good. And I know I've been posting fairly not every day, maybe every other day or every 3 days. And don't worry, I'm just getting some great things done for you, getting some great things aligned, getting some great courses out there. And if you haven't checked out AmeliaOnlineAcademy.com, get yourself a course, get yourself into growth, get yourself moving and grooving. And welcome back. Okay, for those who are new, yes, my name is Amelia Adair, and I'm here just shedding some light on some topics. And y'all know I got a great topic for you today to help us heal, to help us grow. This is just like a little sprinkle on top of the cake. You know, a little extra, extra, extra. Read all about it. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Yes. And I know y'all hear the birds tweeting. They be talking. They be tweeting. I think they know when I be recording because that's when they all just come by the window and they just be like, tweet, 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 tweet. And they be pooping along my fence. I be like, excuse me. I gotta clean that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so fam, let's get into today's topic, okay? Because I'm excited. And y'all know I speak from experience. I speak from just getting through certain things. And every time I get through, it's like weight lifted off of my shoulders. I'm like, whoo, and things become so clear. So fam, do the work that's required. More than anything, I'm over here like, because I'm like, y'all don't understand the transition that happens in your life and the veil that lifts off your eyes and your brain and your mind when you do the work that's required to heal. Healing is so powerful. Healing is so necessary that I can only tell you but so much. You will see more when you do the work yourself. So make sure you're not just watching this video to watch it. Make sure you're applying the knowledge. And that's for anything that you hear to help you heal. Put it into action. Because that's where the growth happens, when you put it into action, when you're being tested and you pass the test. And you're never going to know when you're being tested until after you either pass or fail. Just another nugget for you in case you know. Because I kind of be knowing, I be like, it's kind of obvious now because after a while you just get used to it. But so fam, there's so many areas that you could be working on, and those are the areas that you're going to continue to be tested in until you pass the test, okay? And for those who are unaware, we get tested in life. Like, you ever get into a situation with somebody and you be like, who you testing me? They're not necessarily testing you. Some people say the universe, but y'all know I say God. God be testing us, okay? And be trying to, see if you're about what you say you are. Because we love to speak things into our life, like, oh, I'm better than that, or I've grown, or, you know what I'm saying? You speak that onto your life, you're testing yourself, like, I'm mature. Okay, let's see how mature you are. Because there's levels to everything. And that's what we kind of learn in grade school. Some of us feel like grade school served no purpose, but it's to teach you that there's always another level. After you go to elementary school, what happens? There's another level. There's another level. There's another level. And so, fam, just like there's another level down here on earth, there's another level in the world that people talk about that we can't see. So there's no definite quote unquote, but okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 We know. So fam, real quick, let's get into today's topic. I'm feeling good. Oh, I got a little itch. I threw this little dress. I was like, let me throw on a dress. Let me look cute for y'all. And it's it's biting me in the butt because this dress is tight, it's itchy. I'm ready to take up these shoes and get into my hiking gear. But we're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna be cute today. Be cute when you feel like it, so man. Even if it's just for you. Okay? That's another nugget. Let's get into today's topic, okay? It's so good. It's so good. I promise. I know I should be saying more words than so, but so what? We gonna say so. It's so good. It's very good. It's amazing. You guys are gonna be like, woo, 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 yeah. But so fam, understand this. God gives you everything when He gives you nothing. Mm. Come on, so fam. When He put that on my heart, I was like, no. And I was like, yes. He was like, no. I was like, yes. Some of us, we have that story, which most of us do, is like either we came from nothing or our parents kind of grew up with nothing. And when you say nothing, you know, like funds, house, you know what I'm saying? Like the nice clothes, the nice cars, the list goes on. You guys know what nothing is. But God told me to let you know He gave you everything when He gave you nothing. See, He knew that He needed to work on your heart. He needed to work on your story. He needed to work on your life. He needed you to have some strong seeds planted within you. And in order for Him to do that, He had to give you nothing. He had to give you have the ability to work and get it for yourself. Lord said, I put power in you and I put strength in you, and that was more than anything the world could have gave you. And He said, I gave you that because I knew you would grow out of it. I knew you will come up out of the dirt and you will flourish. He said, I knew you would take these lessons and you will pass them on with meaning, with integrity. See, sometimes we think we want a silver spoon. You know, we want to be born with a silver spoon, but deep down, we want more than just physical things. You know, sometimes we feel like we need physical things for validation. Sometimes we feel like we need physical things to feel important. Sometimes we feel like we need physical things to feel alive. The Lord said, you don't need any of that to feel alive. What you need to feel alive is exactly what I gave you. And that's your strength, and that's your beauty, and that's your courage, and that's everything that money can't buy. And I know it sounds like, so fam, seriously, on a serious note, being able to be the bigger person, having the ability to say, I apologize when I do something wrong, is much bigger. Because when you lay your head down at night, you be sleeping quite right. And there's nothing you can buy to fall asleep peacefully. There is nothing you can buy to fall asleep peacefully. Okay? So fall asleep peacefully. Let's just get into it real quick. Because I know we could be like, oh, we could drink some wine and we could do this. No. Your sleep is over when you wake up. And when you wake up, how do you feel? Some of us forget that waking up is a part of sleeping. And when you wake up and you start to feel guilty and you start to feel angry and you start to be all these negative thoughts and you start beating yourself up, come on. But when God works with you internally and you sleep peacefully and you wake up that next morning, it hit different. No wine could do it. No weed could do it. No sex. Y'all know y'all shouldn't be unless you talk what you wanna. We gonna talk about that too, okay? Because we've been pushing it to the side, but I got a word for it. But listen, so fam, when you wake up from your sleep and when you go on to sleep, it's hand in hand. That peace that you get for doing the work internally and being able to apologize when you do something wrong. Because when you do something wrong and you don't apologize and you don't and you don't feel like you did something wrong, you know what I'm saying? Your heart is not in the right place and you try to go to sleep, oh, those thoughts are going to come. Them thoughts are going to come like this. Bang, 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 bang. And when them thoughts come and your heart is you know what I'm saying? You won't be able to sleep. And when you wake up, it'll taunt you day by day by day. So, what God do for you internally? Integrity, character, strength, clarity, those clarifications, it does something for you that's 10 times more valuable than anything that you can buy. See, we not understanding certain things because we not literally in everybody's space. So we start to create stories that we don't even realize. Yeah, maybe they have a house. And this is not to say that everybody who have a house is miserable, but some people have houses, but they don't have homes. See, they don't have homes because maybe they never was built up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody just gave it to them. So sometimes, 9 times out of 10, when you just receive something, the value of it decreases, and you aren't aware of the things that matter. And what truly matters is how you treat people. And not only that, how you treat people that you think you don't need. So ask yourself, soul fam, how do you treat people that you think you don't need? See, oftentimes, whew, that's a word. That's a word. Understand this, soul fam. When you do the work internally and your heart grows, you start to just love every single body. It's insane because you're like, why do I even love you? I don't even know you, you know, but you start to grow so God-like, because God loves us all, you know what I'm saying? But we not God, okay? I'm not saying we gods. I don't know. I don't like to say that. I don't feel like calling myself a God is like, I don't think people understand what God do and what we just don't do. That God could do, even with money. Like, money can't even do the things that God could do. So understand that. But God like, okay, meaning you Jesus like, rather, you know, because Jesus was the human form. Okay, anyway, when you start to do the work and you heal inside and people come at you, you know, like maybe you get into altercations or disagreements and things like that, and people start projecting their anger onto you, and they start screaming at you or calling you names or just being rude and disrespectful. When you do the work inside, things like that don't irritate you, you know, because when you unhealed, you're a ticking time bomb. Let somebody say something to me. You know, you got all this attitude and you just egotistic and you just ready for war. You know what I'm saying? But when you do the work, you really don't feel that way at all. Like, at all. And sometimes people be like, yo, why is she so jolly? Why is she so happy? Like, people always look at me like, it's something wrong with her. She lying. You know, it's like too good to be true kind of thing. But it's like, the way I see the world and the way I see people is we all go through these journeys. And when we cross paths, maybe we may not agree to each other. Maybe I may do something that you may not agree with. Maybe I hurt your feelings, you know, but I didn't hurt you. You get what I'm saying? So I understand that sometimes people take things more personally. Sometimes people don't do the work that you do. So when you do the work that you do, you understand you can control you. And when you control you to the best of your ability, no one can really say anything. but the Lord. Okay? And yeah, it'll probably bother some people because they want to bother you and they can't. Not your problem. Not your problem at all. Okay? So understand, so Van, we all have triggers when we're not healed. So there'll be certain things that people will say that'll trigger you. And you have to get to the root of that. Like, okay, why is this triggering me? Why am I getting upset? Why am I hurting? Those are questions you have to ask yourself in order to grow. Because when that situation come back around and you faced with it, it got your name on it, you could kind of step back and respond instead of react. Ooh, come on, poetic. you can respond instead of react, and then you can spend your time doing things that you like to do. Cause let's be honest, who want to sit around and argue and fuss and fight about what? Like what are we fighting about? There's so many other things we could do. We could go swimming, we could go hiking, we could go eating, we could go biking, we could go on social media, we could have a dance party. There's so much things that we could do. I'm not gonna spend my time to argue because maybe that's what you like to do. But I know